We're going to the Shroud, mainly because we haven't gone to the Shroud in like a minute. So let's go to the Shroud. We're feeling pretty strong. We're not feeling take the Leviathan on strong, I don't think. We're not well prepared for it. But I might go to the lair anyways. Are we gonna kill? So okay, so here's the problem with the Leviathan. If the Leviathan takes Audrey and then we kill the hand, Audrey comes back in the front even though we have the General's Trinket, which is extremely bad for business. So that feels like it's almost like a limitation that I can't get around right now for fighting the Leviathan with the General Trinket. It's just too broken. Because we have to set up our team so that Audrey functions from slot 1 for when Boudica gets killed, and that's also not easy. There's still a temptation for me to go just because I want to see the trinkets and imagine if I could, but but I don't know. Well, let's see what... We'd have to immediately take the turn. There's also an advantage to going to the Cultist in case we want to try and play with Temptation. We have a lot of Cultists on offer. Wow, we scouted nothing. Is there not a Watchtower here? Okay, so yeah, so we could go to the Watchtower. Oh, the Leviathan is so scary. So here's the problem. So Audrey from slot 1 can't do much, which means that I think we need to put Sarmenti in slot 2 to fade to black over and over again. We would need... I want to fight the Leviathan. We haven't fought the Leviathan in a while. We have no move resist trinkets, which is not a great starting point.
Your collection can wait. Press onward.
I really want to do the Leviathan though. Yeah, so I like that Highway Robbery gets the buff on Yellow Hand, but I don't love that the Yellow Hand feels super limited in being able to do anything not to the front two. Oh, the Runaway class is really good. I like the Orphan a lot. Okay, so you need to die. You're priority number 1. Let's get jaunty with it. Welcome to... Why does she decide to min-roll every freaking time? I'm beside myself. Like, that's just terrible. I mean, it's still dead, but that I invested so much in the deadening of it. Yeah, I agree. Orphan Runaway is super fun. I had forgotten. We haven't had an Orphan Runaway in ages, but it's so fun. Very, very cool class. I'm thinking we can blow this guy up. Am I right? Oh yeah, easy. Can we do it without exhausting ourselves? No. Well, what's up with the Hull Keeper? Do we want the... We can apply combo this way, which will be good for Audrey next turn. So I think we'll do that. I don't mind this guy getting a pot shot in. He's the least of our concerns. Of course. The blinds. Die. Die, cabin boy, die. Yeah, the environmental effect is really tough one to work around for sure. The blind really just fouls things up quite terribly. So this should be a stun. We should never miss... We should rarely ever miss stuns. I mean, I kind of like the... I think Flashing Daggers just by default should have poison on them, but you know, it does feel nice. It's a good kind of design aspect to have it have that. I'm gonna try and blind this guy again. He seems to be a little resistant. You gonna resist, or did we get the blight? Okay, we got the blight. What was the chance of Death's Door there, I wonder? Ooh, well, crit token? We have nothing to crit with. So the Hull Keeper is 15% Death's Door at this point. Let's just do this. Actually, the speed is kind of interesting being put on Boudica for next turn. I don't think there's going to be a next turn, but in the future, that could be very interesting. Speed on tanks, I think, is what's interesting me. I just want to get rid of that Laudanum. We've been sitting on it for a while. Messy, but effective. We didn't quite get to the heal threshold here, but oh, killing a Leviathan. It's such a fool's errand, I feel like. I think we go after the big guy real hard here. I think we blind him up and we just have at him. Magnesium Rain is gonna absolutely wreak havoc. So no, Dramatic. Nothing about the carcass is particularly good. What I will say is I think that there's a particular trinket that upgrades block tokens into improved block tokens, and I think that in particular has huge potential to work well with the carcass. Oh, the blind token still landed there. So I think there's some fun builds. Everybody gets blinded. Everybody gets vulnerable. Freaking the Leviathan is just obnoxious. Change my mind. The Shroud in general is just like, it's a weird place. Okay, well we could get some healing going then. Let's get rid of the stun. In general, Sam, or in this particular run? Because in this particular run, Boudica has not been critting much, but Audrey has been an absolute monster. Also, this tooltip is wrong. It's not 36, it's 12. There's some type of funniness going on with healing being reported that needs to be corrected. But not a huge deal. But right now, Audrey is on a losing streak of epic proportion. I mean, I agree, Dramatic. Like, it's just fun. Like, I like the Shroud, and I want to go here, and I want to do things in the Shroud, but I also absolutely feel like it is it is not balanced to be in line with the other zones, which maybe is the intention, right? The Cove was always a little harder in my book in Darkest Dungeon 1 also. So maybe that's just by design, but... Okay, what are we getting offered here? So we have Storage Room Key, which is Ounce of Prevention, gives block, and Emboldening Vapors gives a heal a tiny percent of the time, but it ruins your healing. I do like the Fisherman's Line, though. I don't think I'd use it, but I like it. Sodden Sweater. Gain on Bleed Resist, heal. Gain on Move Resist, less stress. This just strikes me as a trinket that I'd be like, oh, this is great for killing the Leviathan. But here we go. You did miss some cultist stress for sure, Elaine. We had a double herald and we had some very bad breakpoints. We're about to kill a Leviathan, or at least try. This might go terribly wrong. We will see.
They must be made to see that their monstrous god is mortal.
It ruins so much when this guy does his breath things. I'm gonna use this to get rid of the blind. I wanted to get the combo up for Audrey. Can you? Is there just no debuffing you? 40%? I guess there's kind of no debuffing you. Is it hand time? Nope. Eye of the Storm. This boss is ridiculous. I just can't even. If anyone's gonna get taken, we want it to be Boudica. And then... she doesn't have any reason why an Emboldening Vapor wouldn't be a good play. Get like a pretty giant Howling End here. How about you crit this? Okay, thank you. That's good. That's good for Leviathaning. That's a little bad for business though. How much do we think under? How much do we? I think we need to get her back up. So, because Audrey's going to run out of options after this pirouette. So we kind of need it to get the kill. Oh, that's very not good for business. So yeah, Audrey's going to have no actions next turn, I don't think, because reasons. This fight is silly. The General's Trinket makes it harder. I recognize that. Oh, actually, her being dazed is good for business. 7. I'm going to do this mostly for the Sparkle Ball action, and also the dot I think is good. But, holy cow. The fact that we didn't get any of our good crits on that is really, 4 to 5, 5 to 9. Wait, 4 to 5 is a kill on this. Okay, so we can do that, which gets us back Boudica, who's seen better days, obviously. Hey, Josh. Welcome to the stream. You're taking 10. Feels like we might need to do some healing here. Also, why does Boudica not have an action? There's no way her turn happened while she was underwater. So one option is we could Emboldening Vapors to get Audrey going fast next turn and doing a lot of damage this turn. Or we could Disorienting Blast to try to get Audrey to go first here. I don't know if that helps us, though. Because we're not going to get the crit because there's no combo available. We could also just protect Sarmenti. This is a tough decision here. I'm gonna do this for Sarmenti. This is gonna be an AoE. Because if you kill the hand, you get AoE'd. But we did get the Jinx into combo, which is good. So that's a 90%. This is 16 guaranteed. I think we go for the 11 plus the dot. Oh, the resist could give her a free action. Hasn't happened yet. Still hasn't happened. All right. $7 to 16. What's your death's door? 33%. I want to do a stress heal. I really do. More than anything, I want to do a stress heal. 1 in 3, whatever. Probably wasn't worth it. We literally can't proc Death's Door here, so... Let's just get Boudica up so she's a little healthier for later. That's fair. That's fair. Wait. What's going on here? We have another action with Paracelsus? Uh-oh. I think we just soft-locked ourselves. Oh no, it's back now. That was just a weird bug. Okay, so... This guy just needs to die. I'm kind of over this, please. Thank you, game. Yeah. Alright, well, we killed a Leviathan. Vapors gives 2 strength tokens when you have a physician. Yes. Dramatic. So our physician has an improved emboldening vapors from the physician path. Alright, so we do have a scrap grenade, which means that I think with Sarmenti there is a temptation for me to say Greater Wolf's Blood is fun and all, but the speed isn't that transformative, and the net is kind of cool here. Like that, and then... We're not using the key. That's garbage. We're not using the Adrenalizing Ash. The sweater... We get a bunch of bleed resist, and we get a heal every time we get bled on Boudica if we use it. I don't think we're going to use it. And same with move resist on Audrey. Although I guess... Wait a second, so this is interesting. So we put it on Audrey, and every time anyone tries to move her, she gets 1 stress heal. That's not that frequently, though, so I don't think that's useful. We forgot to put the T service on. That's a bummer. Oh, well. We'll go this way because we get a bit of stress healing from it. Dramatic. It's an interesting question. Thus far, I have not resorted to that, which I don't think is to say that I think it is all bad. But yeah, not something I've found myself particularly interested in doing. But oh, we missed the bleed there. Holy what? That was an unexpected Death's Door. I guess I forgot we're a little low on hit points. Whoops. Luckily, that wasn't the end of the world, but that was spicy. Yeah, I'm trying to think what teams I haven't had an opportunity to play that I am particularly tempted by. It's an interesting question, to be sure. And I need to get stress healing. I should have stress healed immediately. There was no excuse for that. We're gonna do Sarmenti because Audrey does have some self-heal opportunity. What has happened to her critting? Did something go terribly wrong? Because she was like critting 100% of the time, like 2 minutes ago, and I feel like now she's just not. I mean, I understand the frustration of that, to be sure. Dramatic, like, you know, it feels bad to get all Wanderers, but like I found that there's usually, so the way that I look at it when I'm like, if I'm thinking out loud about this, the combination of interesting quirks and interesting paths, there's usually a pretty cool team to be found somewhere in the mix. Like this run, we have 2 Wanderers, but we had a Jinx on a tank, which to me is like a very exciting and interesting dynamic to explore. And usually I can find something like that gets me excited enough to do the run. We did have one throwaway run where I just went to the first inn and then aborted the run. I think that was last stream, actually. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but editing the save file, probably slightly more efficient than what I'm doing, but there's a lot of good novel combos that I'm excited to explore. So I like the game kind of forcing me in that direction. Geez, a lot of dots on Boudica. So my goal right now is to hold off as long as I can so that Sarmenti can get the stress heal on himself at all cost. It's amazing how much the Leviathan kind of put us in a bad spot for a second there. Toe-to-toe, doing big damage.
Though unpleasant in the extreme, this work is noble and necessary.
Yeah, there's something about like making the best of a bad situation. But that being said, I think that there's also something really interesting about creating a team so that you can see kind of the potential of that team. So, you know, I think both have some allure. And at some point, I will probably get to the point where I'm like, well, what would be interesting is to play with some cool compositions. But yeah, at the moment, I like rolling the dice on whatever I can get. So it looks like we already passed the creature den. It had to be one of these 2 question marks over here, but we wouldn't have gotten the Leviathan if we had gone to it, so I don't feel too bad. But we have to repair our stress damage because we had gotten so used to sitting on 0 stress, and then we came to the Shroud, and coming to the Shroud is a recipe for stress disaster. I can see it. I can see it, Sam, for sure. This going so fast and us not having a chance to work around it is going to be a little bit messy. get absolutely wrecked. Haha. Oh, Poet with Breacher is super duper fun, Elaine. That's a great one. Wait a second, hold on. Fishing line. Oh, it's a 50-50. Ooh. Let's get the fishmonger hopefully up front and dazed. That'll throw a wrench in the works. How weird that Boudica was between the fishmonger's two actions. That's such a bizarre situation. Huh. Do we even need this? Yeah. Let's ensure the death of the fishmonger and not roll the dice. I don't want it doing flenses. I've had enough flenses for one day. And the number of flenses that I've had today is 0, just to be clear. So that answers the question, how many flenses does Alden like in any given day? It is 0. 0 flenses. Learning so many fun facts about me. Let's see. The baby's already dead, so I think Disorienting Blast on this guy is the play. I'm gonna get a nice Iron Swan on him, I reckon. Goodbye, incubating monstrosity. Oh, no Iron Swan for me. Forgot about the fact that the baby doesn't leave a corpse. I feel like they could make like an icon for that. You know, just so that you could at a glance know who's gonna be leaving things on the floor versus not. Now, that resist of Blight could have given us an extra action, but I'm starting to think that Kitchen Knives is broken. Because gain on Blight resist 20% action, we've had it happen like 10 times with no result. Yep, the Flens is the worst. Nobody likes Flens. This is a Flens-free zone. Maybe I should get a sign to hang up behind me that says, no Flensing. Wait, what? You got 2 masters on the same run and a Breacher Poet, Elaine? Who are you bribing? That's just disgusting. You and you. Yeah, you can take the hit. That's absolute insanity. I have never seen a run like that. You have done something fiendish for sure. Okay, the resist could give us an extra action. It does not. I'm so, like, 20% of the time. 20% of the time. 20% of the time that's supposed to work differently than that. I am beside myself.
An unavoidable end.
It's a sign, the chosen one. And a surgeon. Oh, surgeons are so good though. Let's see, what's the play here? Everybody's hurting on hit points. I think it's Mag Rain, and we hope that Sparkle Ball just goes goblin mode on all these fools. Wow. That was an incredibly bad roll there. Holy cow. Maybe we should have dotted the Flens Master. We might have wanted to stun the Flens Master. Hello. That's random tokens. What are the chances when you get random tokens? Hold on, because this is all hands on deck gives one of these to everyone, and everyone got improved dodge. That seems like somebody won the lottery. Favorite cultist trinket? It's so situational, but like the one that I have, I actually really like, which is the extra action, less death's door. That one is pretty great. This, you're dead. I guess we just do this. The Shroud is so much more than all the other zones. Oh my god. Oh, when it rains, it pours. Paracelsus, why are you taking stress damage? You already have plenty of stress. You don't need any more. Yeah, I'd really have to look through the list. Okay, that's an 87-point hit. It's good for business. I think Boudica is... I still haven't upgraded Battlefield Medicine. That's like... That's a sin right there. I'm probably going to use Encore to get Boudica stabilized. Yeah, the extra turn is big. All right, this is to make Boudica safe. I am going to Encore Boudica because these negative tokens though are tragically awful. I guess Indiscriminate Science is going to do good work when eventually I get there. I wish that was a 36-point heal, but that is a misreporting. I can't help but feel like our RNG right now is suspect. Oh, that consumed so many of the tokens that I was going to use to heal you. It's not 70, it's 14. Oh my word. Yeah, so on the Venom drop though, my absolute favorite trinket was the one that gives you a high percentage chance of getting stealthed. Like that trinket was like money in the bank. So it really depends a lot. I think they've done a great job in making it so that the trinkets are kind of like very situationally focused. Okay, so he just buffed all the corpses like an absolute hero. All hands on deck. Not the right moment to be doing that, my friend. Let's see. I think let's just get rid of these corpses. And then this is an easy Indiscriminate again. Oh, it's on cooldown. Humbug. We are improving, though. We're in a much better place than we were before, and this should finish things off relatively well. She took a bleed from... Does he have an innate give you... apply to attacker when hit. Okay, got it. Took me a second to figure it out. But either way, we survived and fought to live another day. But yeah, I'd have to go through the whole list. It would be fun to do a video on like a trinket tier list. That would be fun for cultist trinkets. I don't think I would do it for everything, but chalk powder can go. I'm keeping the death cap spores because I have this theory that they're going to be amazing against the exemplar, but that might be not true. Are we ever using the temptation? We'd have to fight this cultist right here, which I'm not opposed to. They never want to go to the cultist. We're only taking 1 stress for doing it. Sure, let's do a cultist fight. What's the worst that could happen, he says, as he definitely gets into a situation where something terrible is going to happen. So, one thing I will say, I have not been, I don't think I've been particularly slow doing this run, but this run has been particularly slow. I think the current animations that they have going on and some of the ways that tokens are getting applied and that sort of thing is really, has really slowed down the pace of the game. I did that to remove the blind because I figure it's more beneficial to get things going. But yeah, I think the game is playing a lot slower than it was last patch.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Which is curious because it only feels a little slower, but I think things are a little clunkier. So average run length, I think, has increased a bit. Hey, Calm, welcome. Yeah, does seem that way, doesn't it? It's very, very peculiar. Not a thing I expected, but yeah, I think they done goofed a little bit. I don't really want Sarmenti taking the hit right now, so I think let's let Boudica take the hit. She has good recovery capacity. Actually, I'll do it this way. Does Howling End not respect guard either? Hold on. Oh, ignores guard too. I had never noticed that. Hilarious. Having a hard time keeping Sarmenti healthy, so... That puts her in heal territory, which is honestly probably for the best. Let's get topped up while we're faffing about. You are at full health. For the record, Audrey.
Extinguished at last.
I would not mind Sarmenti taking some stress damage and getting a stress heal off, but no dice. This is almost for sure a kill. We don't do the kill. We, oh, well, now we have to pass turn because we can't move. Alright. Couldn't hold off to get Boudica a heal. That's, unfortunate, but such is life. Assay gear is great early game, and basically worthless when you're in the final region before the badness. So we're going into a cultist fight. What are we rocking here? We could probably equip some combat items. So I like caltrops. And I like thunderclap grenades. Thunderclap grenade I'm going to save for the final area, though. I'll give her those. This cultist fight should not be anything too out of the... beyond the pale. Like, I'm not expecting an exemplar or anything like that. Maybe like some babies, maybe 17 heralds. You know, the standard stuff. Well, speed and strength isn't gonna hurt too much, but... How bad is the news? Okay. So Altar is definitely primary first kill target. We're not going to get it killed before it does some of its cheeky shenanigans. But the good news is the buff that it does here, the gain when attacked, is not the end of the world because it goes away when the altar is dead, if we kill the altar. So, to that end, we are going to try to kill the altar. And the fact that we had a speed token helps with that. Let's see. So you're taking 10, you're at 10. Okay. That should be the kill. So now we can go for some Sparkle Ball magic. So I could Caltrops here. I'll save that for the final area because I feel like we have this relatively under control.
An unavoidable end.
It's only a 25% chance of crit. It's not that bad. But I'm kind of bummed because I want the altar to die before I start wailing on everybody. Well, this guy critting is not the end of the world. Okay, I didn't want to do that anyways. So I'm kind of waiting for the altar to die before I do too much more. You have 18 hit points. And you're taking 5. So that should be pretty close to enough. It was not enough. I was incorrect. Okay, now they're gone. Thank you, altar. So the buff goes away, which means now we're not going to be feeding the ladies at the front crit, which is good. I think I'm better off going and putting a little bit more blind on this one if I can. Oh, the blind got resisted, so this one is going to do Rush Judgment, or maybe it's just Rush, or just Judgment. Rush Judgment. Alright, I was right. Which is a lower damage hit, which is really good for us. The cherub is already roasted. Bye-bye. Really despise, though, the dodge token that has showed up here. 50-50. All right. Try and put the blind here, since this one's going to be hanging around a little longer, potentially. Little conflicted here about what the best play is. I don't think we need a bunch more damage on Boudica. Magnesium Rain could have some interesting results because of the Sparkle Ball. Double days. That was one of those interesting results that was in the back of my head. Didn't want to jinx it, but that means Boudica gets to go first, which means we can put this one on Death's Door, and then hopefully it doesn't get an action at all. And then we only have the blinded one left. Almost impossible, Squid. I would go a step further and be like, given the way that the altar generates regen and things like that, like you have to put in a lot of work to have the altar go last. Wow, that was a tragically awful hit. But yeah, leaving the altar for last is like almost a challenge now, I feel like. Not a challenge I'm planning to take up, but I did have a run where I almost left the altar, and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna bother. Like, you know, I don't need that. Songbook of Rousing Tunes. Debuff resist, minus 10% damage per negative token. Interesting. I like Sarmenti's trinkets too much. I think the Fisherman's Line, though, is a trap. I'm gonna let that one go. It wasn't working for me nearly as well as I hoped it would. So I'm gonna do that. And I like having Sarmenti be super speedy. I think that's been way better for us. Yeah, so I think we're gonna get rid of that. And then, yeah. That should be 100% chance of the bleed, unfortunately. And then I don't think we have temptation for this team. Like, we could put it on Paracelsus, but having 2 actions on Paracelsus doesn't even... I mean, maybe we tinker with it a little bit. Right? We should play with it at least a bit. 10 damage and 3 stress. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Doesn't sound like my idea of a good time by any means. Keeping those. So I think money is the next thing on the list to get ditched. Scrap grenade can go too, though. There we go. Yeah, that's I'm sad because I think it's gonna be a while before the bestiary my bestiary guide is fully full. Because there's a handful of abilities that I'm just like, why would I let this empowered serrated shot go off? Maybe that's not the thing that I need in my life. Playing cards can get axed. We'll slay them together, says Sarmenti. Did I know that there was a fight here? Felt like I didn't. Oh. Hi, friends. Wow, double resist. Rough and tumble.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
The huge chomps. Huge chomps. I can't imagine that the take stress is by design. I will, that's a hill I will die on. Oh, we don't have Sparkle Ball anymore. That's right. But we did get a double action. Hooray! That's really... We do have one more... We do have one more hospital, I think. I think I mapped that out, but I'm going to need to check it because... clearly we need it. No. Absolutely freaking not. Use one of those garbage items. I am going to stress heal here, and no one is going to tell me that I'm not allowed to. Outrageous. The nerve. I kind of feel like Disorienting Blast should... Oh, it doesn't tell you if you're getting the second action. That's curious. I had never noticed that with Temptation before. I really don't want to take another round of hits, so I'm just going to kill him. But, yeah, it's interesting that you get an action, and then you get another action immediately after, but it doesn't show you twice in the turn order. That's curious. Wow, thanks, game. I do like Bulwark Band. Our trinkets right now are too strong for it to be a real contender. Yep, okay, so we do have a hospital. That's good. Wasting Disease would have been frustrating. Not disastrously so, but... Okay, so we can get some food. We can get food. 2 different icons for food. Does that mean something? That's curious. Oh, we get food. Oh, this is food loot plus and mixed loot plus. Okay, so that's the difference.
The Wainwright awaits, eager to ply his trade.
We're gonna have to throw away a lot of stuff, but that's good. That can go away now. That can go away. We got steak and spuds coming out of our ears. I don't know if... Are we going to be able... We're going to be able to use the songbook only if it's dark. Okay, I think that may be a little messy. I really don't want to throw those away. That can go away. Chalk dust. Trash. The deathcap spores I'm hanging on to for the moment. But these are trash. And then the bouquets are soothing poultices, which are fire resist, which are useful against the final boss. That's why I'm hanging on to them. Ethereal dust is garbage enough. The burn solve is also useful for the final boss. That's why I'm hanging on to it. But I really don't want to throw away that. I think a little bit of money can go away and a few baubles. There we go. We're about to spend a bunch of money at the hospital, so it will be good. But yes, the final boss is very fond of lighting you on fire. So soothing poultices just. Given how frequently you're usually on death's door during that fight, I find that not having dots also is good for business. So let's see. Sprained ankle, none of that matters. I guess Fear of Cosmic Beings is probably bad for the final boss. The final boss has to be a cosmic being, right? That only makes sense. And then do I want to get one more Soothing Poultice so that everybody has one? Sure. I'll do that. And then I guess... What do burn salves stack to? They stack to 2? I'll grab a few more of those just to try and round things out. I'm going to miss the Sparkle Ball. But for the final boss, minus 50... This is such a dangerous thing to bring into the final boss. I think I'm going to let the apples and cheese go and call it there. Because we have 3 steak and spuds, and if I get a 4th steak and spuds, I will go with that instead. Oh, a slime mold. What a perfect replacement.
You must give hope to get it.
Ah, more stale bread. The game is really reinforcing the fact that I threw away the second to best food, and it's giving me all of the other foods to make sure that I'm aware of what I left on the side of the road. Thanks, game. Okay, that's gonna get thrown away too. I don't really want to do a cultist fight right now. I don't think. It's food plus. Nah, let's just get the torch. The neutralizing powder can get axed.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Sure, I'd like to get 2 people off. Hold on, am I missing anything on the far right here? We have a hoarder with likely not enough goods, so I'm just going to go this way. The cache isn't bad. The cache is potentially beneficial because there's some useful stuff. Oh, comms, which item was the soft lock item? I think I wasn't paying attention to that particular hotfix. I only paid attention to like the gameplay things. I didn't pay too much attention to the other changes.
A simple choice.
So I would like to go to the cache. Really, game? You're going to force me not to? I don't want to take a bunch of stress for, like, no apparent reason. So I am going to go right here. the opportunity cost there wasn't that high. A lot of the shroud items are bleed centric, and we're not doing a lot of bleeding. Oh, that's so it was Dark Temptation, and your hero died, and then you're supposed to get an extra action. That's pretty hilarious. Trinket chance, mixed loot, food, and relic loot for flame. We're definitely gonna get ambushed if I take this. We might be getting ambushed anyways. I really don't want to get ambushed though. The trinket loot and the food loot are tempting, but I don't think so. As much as I want to... I think we do quite well against a Shambler, as a side note. But rather not find out the hard way on that one. I'm also wondering how we're going to do against the Psy. I don't think this team is particularly super well equipped for the Seething Psy. It's going to come down to Audrey landing some good blights for sure. Wait, you want to fight? You want to fight, but you guys disagree on the fighting? Okay. Do it. Do it. Okay. So, by the time that guy tries to flens, it is over. There is no more. So we're good on that front. Let's get this hulking behemoth hopefully blinded. Not blinded, apparently. Yes, whetstone yourself. So let's see how well the flens goes, you absolute little floating eyeball nugget. Oh, I'm so sorry. You didn't get to flens. Oh, no. Disaster. Oh, we're not rocking Sparkle Ball anymore. I forgot all about that. Ah, boo. I miss Sparkle Ball. How did that create that much stress? Holy cow. That was... like, all hands on deck. Was that like a 3-point stressor? That was kind of crazy. Gonna blind this guy up, hopefully. This guy doesn't have Death's Door. I think we're very likely to get the kill here. Yeah, you're roasted. And then the rest we can use to mitigate this this jackwagon. Love the stun. Love it. Oh, and the free action. But Magnesium Rain is a lot less attractive with without Sparkle Ball. I am learning the hard way. This is going to be a great Howling End, though. Okay, would have been better, but would have been better if it had crit, that is, but still good. And we still have the Daze. Stun plus Daze is such a lethal combo. It is so long before they get a chance to act again. So that's just infuriating. Yeah, I was gonna give her a chance to consume the corpse, but good relationships blocking actions since 2019, 2020. What year did this game come out? 2021? 2021. That sounds more like it, right? Maybe even 2022? Gosh. We did cross the 100 baubles threshold, which might be nice. We might come up with a nice trinket in the inn. But now, okay, so next fight is the Exalted fight. I am of the opinion that we swap that for that, and we hit him once we get the Exalted low. We hit it with the death caps. Now, the lesson we have learned is that the Exalted gains worship and then eats its enemies. Oh, this is such a great view of the cathedral. It's very nice. The Exalted eats the cultists that worship it, so we're gonna want to do a lot of damage to the Exalted and not mess around too much. Oh boy, it's time indeed. It's time indeed. Sightless is so annoying on Sarmenti.
The slow suffering begins.
Let's see, I think it's got to be Encore here, because we can't afford to get the blind going, and we need... Why are our rolls so horrendous on the Grave Robber every time we need it? Like, this is driving me up the wall and around the corner. Of course. Well, only for 2, though. How incredibly merciful. So wait, 10-3. This is not dead right now. Oh, joy. So we don't know if we have a second action right now. I think I'm disorienting to try to ensure that this does not get another chance to act. Okay, we did have another action, which is its own special kind of surprise. And now I think it's dead. Now I think we have killed it, because this counteracts that. Yeah. Cherub's coming in big. So now, please die. Okay, you're not going to die quite yet. It is every time they get hit, there's a 25% chance of getting crit, Jason, and that's coming from the altar. Once the altar is dead, that will go away. So we're gonna focus the altar down pretty speedy like here. 3 slot is worse for us. 7 to 12. Thanks, weakness. I think we just put up the taunt here. No complete catalog. Complete catalog is less exciting than it used to be. I would not... I still put it as a high tier item, but not the bee's knees. Oh, the miss. The blind. Thank you for dying. Sarmenti's probably just gonna heal, so I'm not too worried about that. No, I think the burn is from Magnesium Rain, I am relatively sure. But if I've hacked the Matrix and I am getting burns from crits, that would be nice. Comms, yes. So if it is the last thing standing, it does the same suicidal explosion thing. You could get a free action for that. Okay, so I'm pretty convinced that kitchen knives, the gain extra action 20% is broken. I am saddened to say it, but at this point I'm comfortable calling it, because we have had so many times where it has not worked as expected. And then I think Boudica is in a great situation here just to drop like a massive Howling End here. It's not enough to get you on Death's Door. Huh. Well, I guess with an 18% chance to crit, or do I want to get the altar? I think let's finish the altar just so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know all the weird things that altars can do, but I'd rather not find out the hard way. Terrible roll. I'm glad I didn't roll on trying to kill the cultist. I would have been very disappointed with the results. But yeah, so it explodes for about 10 damage and does 3 stress damage to all. Not a thing you want to happen with any regularity, but... Alright, I actually don't mind that. Her getting the heal is going to be good, but everyone taking a bunch of stress is not. Sermenti has been blinded this entire fight, I feel like. That was a resist. She could have gotten an extra action for that, but no. No extra action for Paracelsus that turn either. As long as Sermenti gets the stress heal, I'm not too mad. I guess we do finish off the cultist or try. I checked both, Jason. It was close, but Howling End was slightly higher. Okay, no heal available. I'm really nursing it so this cherub gets me one more heal on Paracelsus here. Or excuse me, one more heal on Boudica. I want to go into the Exemplar in exemplary condition. Har har. Hardy har har. You're dead. You're extremely dead. I can't. Like, the not knowing if you're getting the bonus action, I don't think it adds that much, but it would be kind of nice to play or plan around. Okay. Here goes nothing. So this, the silent treatment I love on the Venom drop. I think it's an exceptional trinket. I really like it in general. I think it is the stealth enabler trinket. Here comes the big boy. He's not ordained. Is he always not ordained? I don't actually know. Didn't get the blind on him. That's unfortunate. Would have liked the blind. Okay. Yep. That's a thing that happens. Kind of stuck back there, eh? Okay, the blind does nothing, but the Jinx is giving us combo, which we love. Are you stunnable at all? That's an interesting question. That's a great heal. 125% stun resist, so I would say that is a resounding no. So given that, I'm gonna give you speed, and then I think it's gonna be a Howling End. I do have the Explosives magazine. Okay, so he has combo right now. Howling End is 17 to 30. Wicked Slice is 13 to 22. So we go for the Howling End. And that also conserves the combo, which means that we can use the combo on our Grave Robber, which is good for business. $16 more damage here. We need one more blind token. She could get an extra action from that resist. she does not. We'll put up the combo again, hope to get the extra blind token. There we go. So at least now it's 50-50 on both of these attacks. The fall misses. Could have been anything. Who knows what the fall does? It's just scary. So I forgot to use... So she's not worshipping yet, but I forgot to use the death blow resist, and he's at 75%. I don't know if I care, though. I wasn't really going for the stun there, but I realize now that I wasted the combo by doing that. Which is a little unfortunate. So I could get the spore. Okay, so this is a weird play, but check this out. Because I was planning to use it anyways. I'm going to... Every time I have a clever idea, I swear, whatever, 25% of the time, the fight is just over, apparently. I want to get back around to Sarmenti so we can get the stress heal. Yeah, it was 100% crit chance, Jason, because we have the kitchen knives that give us 15% crit on blighted targets, and then we also have the combo, and then we also have the base 30%. So yeah, in total, it is we get up to 100% chance to crit on dagger without yeah. Basically, we just without a crit token. There we go. My brain was only half working, but it really does, Sam. It really does. But I mean, you can't come out of an exemplar fight looking too much better than this. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not an expert on exemplar fights, but I feel like we did okay on this exemplar fight for all of the denying. Oh, free action. Let's just light him on fire. Why not? A fascination with ye. No vulnerable token, so... But yeah, this is going to be... We're sitting on 2 stress collectively. Coming out of the exemplar fight. Which just means that I'm jinxing it and we're totally going to die. In the long run here. But, yeah, silent treatment doesn't do us any good. I guess we have to take everything and throw it away. I know, I had such clever ideas. It's a bummer. We're definitely not using the silent treatment, so we can get rid of that. I think these are better than having my dude on have no death's door resist, so we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Pyrotechnic Dazzlers are pretty good for the final area. 120, we don't need to go over 100, so I think that's good. Yeah, I don't know, like, there's something about the dynamic, and it happens to me all the time, and I don't know if it's only because I'm, like, hypersensitive to it because of streaming, but I have a good idea. Like, I'm like, oh, I found the right play, right? And it's, you know, it's something clever, like maybe using Encore to manipulate turn order to do something. Like, in that case, I was going to use Boudica to apply the Death's Door thing early in the round, because she's slow. But yeah, it feels really bad when those get denied. All right, terrible quirks. Here we go. Hydrophobia, boisterous, head in the sand. Oh, head in the sand on Boudica stinks. And then Slayer of Plague Eaters is not going to make a lick of difference.
Spend what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning.
Healing Given is interesting, but I don't think we're going to pick it up. We'll probably buy the Caltrops. Let's see. So Caltrops are going to get bought. Okay, we need to do other things first. So let's see. So you are sitting at 4 speed with the buff and the flame. And for the sensor to work, you need to be at 2 speed. What is the buff? Oh, well, we haven't done that. So now you're at 3 speed. So when the torch goes down, so we can't use Songbook of Rousing Tunes as much as I want to. Unfortunately, we'll just put both of those on there. But yeah, if we use the Songbook, we're gonna end up regretting it because we'll lose calibrating sensors efficacy, which is not great. Paracelsus gets that, and then we want the knotted rope. We want the caltrops. We want the warhorn, because why not? The last soothing poultice. Boudica needs to be slow because the calibrating sensor gives her a bonus defend 66% of the time when she gets hit, which has been nice for mitigating damage for us. If we wanted to, we could avoid that and just give her more HP, but I think that the 8 HP that we get from that probably isn't worth it. So probably not what we're looking for. So okay, so for the final fight, we're gonna put some different abilities on the bar, on our various bars. What does Solo do? Is it anything interesting? I mean, the dodge is nice. We might use Solo. We'll probably use Slice Off. We want Absinthe upgraded. We don't care about Finale because we're going to be locked in place. Cause of Death has come in. No, there's no way we're going to be in position to be able to use that. I guess Ounce is not terrible. We might use Ounce. I think that's it. I don't think Repartee is going to be useful. Battle Ballad? Sure. That last one, not. Don't think that's going to be a big difference maker for us. Anything else here that we want to buy? Nope. All right, let's get on with this.